Wrapping gifts is a snap when you make your own stamp. Here's what you'll need. Tissue paper, we have luster and plain, a wood block, either foam sheets or some pre-cut foam shapes, and acrylic paint. And with me again is Julie, our paper expert. And then I'll be right back.
Isn't it fun to get a gift, especially when it's got a special wrapping paper on it? Well, I'm going to show you how to make it using a rubber stamp that you're also going to make yourself. And you're going to start off with a wooden block. Now, you can use some pre-cut wooden shapes, like I have here, or you can actually use some scraps of foam sheet that you have and copy some patterns onto the foam sheet, and you can make whatever shape you want. You just have to make sure that the shape isn't any bigger than the size of your wooden block. Of course, you can get a bigger wooden block if you like. Now, when you're cutting the foam shapes, not the wooden shapes, that would be kind of hard, wouldn't it? Remember, always when we're cutting, we're actually turning the material that we're cutting and cutting right into it. Now, foam is not very thick, so you'll want to cut 2 of each shape. And then what we're going to do, we're going to glue this to the block. Now, put some thick craft glue on the shape, like that, and then glue that shape down. Now I'm going to take the second shape right here, and you know what? It doesn't matter what color you're using of foam, because it's going to be the paint that you use that is going to make the color of your pattern and not the foam. Now, I'm using the craft glue to glue these foam pieces together, but you can also use a foam glue if you have that. You just make sure that you put it on each side of the foam first, let it dry a little bit, and then put the foam shapes together. Now, I have a teardrop shape on this side of the wooden block, but you know what? This block has 6 sides, so I'm going to add a circle shape to this other side. Now, I wouldn't want to put 6 shapes on the block, because when I would be stamping, I'd probably get paint all over my hands. I tend to do that anyway, but it just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, now that we've got our teardrop shape on one side and circle shape on the other, we're ready to do some stamping. Now I have one over here that's dry, so we'll set this aside, and I'm going to work on some yellow tissue paper. And I thought, I like flowers, so I thought we would stamp some flowers first. Now when we're using paint, it's a good idea to cover up your work surface. I'm just using paper towel here, but you can use wax paper, or you can use just an old garbage bag, trash bag, or whatever. Now, I'm going to use some red paint, and I'm not going to put the stamp into the paint. I'm actually going to pick the paint up with a paintbrush, and I'm going to paint a thin coat of red right on top of the foam shape, like this. Lay the brush down, and then, oops, we try not to throw it away. And then I'm going to stamp once. Now I know the point of my shape is right there, so I'm going to turn it, and with the point against the bottom of the shape, just to kind of give me an idea of where I'm going with the flower shape, I'm going to stamp again. Now I'm going to cover the foam again with the paint. You can probably stamp maybe 2 or 3 times with just one coat of paint, and again, kind of eyeballing where the bottom of that petal is going to be. Once, twice. And you notice when I did 2 of these shapes side by side, we got a heart shape. And heart shapes are fun to decorate with. It's a shape that also makes great dragonfly wings. You'll be surprised how many things you can create by just using a teardrop shape. Now we have our flower. I'm just going to wipe the excess paint onto this paper towel, pick up some purple, and we'll make a purple center. There we go. That right on top, like that. And of course, you'd want to do the whole sheet of wrapping paper. Looks so pretty when it's done. I'm sure you'll have lots of fun. See how many shapes you can come up with just by using a teardrop. Now let's join Kathie.